In this video, I'm going to talk about what my most important factors were in choosing where I went to pharmacy school. So, first things first, location, location, location. I knew for certain that I wanted to stay in Florida. I mean, why would I want to go anywhere else? I mean, weather, okay, a beach is a few hours drive away. There's a lot to do in Florida. It's the vacation destination, you know what I mean? Like, why would I want to leave Florida? So that gave me a pretty decent list to work with when starting to decide which pharmacy schools I wanted to go to. And then out of those schools, I had to narrow it down. When it actually came down to applying to pharmacy schools, I only applied to a select few. So before I even began the process, I started to kind of look around, do my research, ask around, and at the time I was working in admissions at my undergraduate university, and someone kind of came in and they were talking randomly to someone else, I think, and then one of the things, and I brought up, oh yeah, I want to go to pharmacy school. And I think this person had worked in a setting, of course, where they would have interacted with pharmacy students and stuff like that. And so he's like,
yeah, I mean, the students from this school, honestly, I don't know what they're teaching them in that school, but they're not up to the par as some of the other schools are. Honestly, a lot of other institutions feel the same way that I do with the students from this school.
and I was like, whoa, like, I'm not trying to go to university for 4 years just to come out and have people not think that my work is up to par, that my education wasn't good enough to put me in a position of higher place. So took that one off the list. Another one that I was looking at, all these schools in Florida requires a PCAT, but this one didn't. And so I was like, what kind of standards is that if you don't even require the PCAT, like most other schools in the nation do? So I was like, maybe they're not up to my standards then. And another pharmacy school that's in Florida, well, it's a Christian university. Anyway, so that one was marked off the list. And so that left me with, at the time, I heard there's another school that opened up in Florida, but at the time that left me down to 2 options. So this really left me with only 2 choices of pharmacy school in the state of Florida, and I only applied to 2. That's all I wanted to apply to. And so it was a school in Central Florida, and then the school in North Florida. And so next I had to think about, okay, well, what can these schools offer me? So the one in Central Florida was really new, really innovative. They had a lot of great ideas, and I really liked the location of the school too. They had a whole bunch of hospitals right next to it, and because I didn't really exactly know what I wanted to do at that time, that leads opportunities to explore new things and find different fields of pharmacy and you know, get to know it and things like that. And not to mention, the school in Central Florida is closer to South Florida, where I'm from, and meaning a lesser commute, so I could possibly see my family more. But this university at the time that I was applying only had one graduating class out into the world. And no matter how much vision and things that you have, dreams and goals, like, it comes down to reality. And that school wasn't able to provide me with what their graduates were able to do when they got out. Did they get a lot of jobs? How successful did they find their education to be? You know, all that good stuff. I really wanted to be a part of something new and innovative, but you know, I wasn't sure exactly what my future looked like in that case, you know, if there's only one graduating class. But the school itself had a lot of great things to offer. And then the school in North Florida, well, it's in the list of the top 10 pharmacy schools in the nation. They offer a lot of research, a lot of great faculty members that are doing a lot of things in research and pharmacy space. And honestly, it was at the time the best pharmacy school in Florida. With the name of that school came a lot of clout, and I knew that a space of pharmacy as it is now, how all the cynicals are going around saying how it's so saturated this, saturated that. I knew that having a school with a great reputation would be a great plus on my side when I finally got out there in the world. Really, the main con against it is that it's a predominantly white institution. And for anyone that knows me, knows my values, knows my morals, knows everything that I'm about, that was a real, almost deal breaker for me. Diversity is so important to me. And thinking about spending 4 years of my life far away from my family at a predominantly white institution, I could not. And that's why I was really leaning towards the school in Central Florida. Like throughout the application process, even though I applied to both of them, the school in Central Florida was the one that I was really rooting for, the one that I was really waiting for the responses, really hoping I got an interview for, really waiting for the dean to call my phone and tell me I was accepted. Like, I wanted to go there. When I visited the campus, I felt at home. I felt comfortable. I mean, when you think about it, pharmacy school, you're going to be in some area for 4 years of your life. You better make sure that where you go, you feel comfortable. You want to feel included. You want to make sure that those are going to be places where you can meet friends for life. You can build memories. That's 4 years of your life that you'll never get back. And that's why I knew diversity was going to be super important to me and why I was leaning towards the school in Central Florida. So not for nothing, like this was a huge struggle for me. Go to a school where it's slightly closer to my home, where I know there's diversity, where I'll know I feel included and loved and liked and have a chance to meet people that I know I can make real connections with, or going to a university that is the best school in Florida and has so many opportunities, and the reputation itself precedes itself, and it would give me amazing clout to go to this university. And y'all don't know how much strife this decision was for me.